Alright guys, welcome in to your Raw review. This is the Raw after Payback. You know, if you haven't seen my Payback review, go watch it. It was more of a rant, to be honest, on John Cena and Bray Wyatt. And I'm sure there's even a segment on this show which I dislike because it involves Cena. I'll get to that soon. I've got quite a bit to talk about because at the end as well with the Shield. But we'll get to that. Anyway, we start off the show with Evolution coming down. And basically, Batista saying how since his return, he hasn't really had his one-on-one championship match, and he wants it now. Triple H says, he's got, they've got to do their business first and beat the Shield. And then in the end, Batista quits. They're getting Batista off the scene because they're going to promote the new movie. I think it's Rise of the Guardians or Guardians of the Galaxy. Rise of the Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the one. I don't really watch movies that much, but yeah, that's why he's quitting. So storyline-wise, he's quitting, and he'll be back soon, I'm sure, in a few months. But they kept showing this footage throughout the damn show, and I got really bored of it, and they kept highlighting it. It's like, why? But we found out later on, didn't we? After that, we come to Cesaro and Barrett versus Sheamus and RVD as a tag match. You end up having Cesaro. We'll get to that soon. Some decent in-ring stuff. They're really like combining these two feuds together, aren't they? They're kind of like building them up together. Cesaro versus Sheamus and RVD versus Barrett. And that's the two mid-card titles. They're trying to tease that these mid-card titles are going to be combined. A bit like the World Heavyweight and the WWE Championship. In the match, you have Cesaro just being a pussy shit and leaving. I mean, I didn't like that because Cesaro is not a pussy shit. He's a big guy and, he's not someone to be scared of. So I didn't like that. I didn't like how Cesaro left the ring there. You have a bro kick to Barrett and then a 5-star frog splash to Barrett. So RVD picks to win on Barrett. So they're continuing their feud. I believe they're having a main event match. Main event, obviously. And that'll be for the IC title. Some alright stuff in that match. But I really hated the way Cesaro just left. And it was literally, he went off and just hugged Paul Heyman and left. Fuck that. I hate these pussy shit heels. Alright? Because Cesaro is not that and he shouldn't be booked like that. After that we come to Kofi Kingston versus Bo... No we don't. Before that we come to Sandow coming out as Lance Stevens, I believe is basketball player. I don't watch basketball because I'm from the UK. I don't really get it. We don't get that stuff here, unfortunately. I used to play basketball actually, but besides the point, yeah. Basically, he says James LeBron is the best player ever. Got booed for that, and then pretty much prances around with a fucking basketball. You have Big Show coming out, ends up punching him. It's like, why? It's like, why? Who the fuck gives a shit about Big Show? This is something WWE cannot do, is build up new stars. Not very well for a lot of people anyway. But why? I don't want to see Big Show punching Damien Sandow this week, and then 2 weeks ago on Raw. I don't want to see that shit. So after that we come to Kofi Kingston versus Bo Dallas. We should have had this match at Payback, what happened with Kane. I like Bo Dallas as a character. He says, Miami Heat, Bo Lee, that got some heat for him. And in the end you have Dallas winning with the running Bodog, and then he does his running lap around the ring. There's something quite funny. He tries to help Kofi Kingston up, and he's like, back away. It made me laugh. I like Bo Dallas as a character. Like I said, parody of Cena. It's just over-exaggeration of inspirational and, that kind of talk. And I like it. I think it's a good character to get some heel heat. Oh boy, now we come to this segment. Steph McMahon comes to the ring. She says that Bryan will either be against Kane at Money in the Bank in a stretcher match if he can perform, or apparently the Money in the Bank will be for the Money in the Bank match will be for the vacated title. I believe that's what she said. I believe that is what she said. I was half asleep. It made me tired. So we had no Daniel Bryan or Brie on the show this week. I know Brie's fired. Well, she quit actually. Sorry. But there was no Daniel Bryan on the show, which was. I think you could have put him in here, but especially if instead of fucking Cena. So she says that, and then guess who fucking comes out? Fucking Cena comes out. Out of all fucking people. Of course. To suck what is going on and give it to himself. Fuck that. So we don't have Bray Wyatt on the show. You have John Cena on the show. That's fucking ridiculous. He has to get involved. Cena sucks, he goes. Well, Cena sucks, right? A chance of going wild, okay? Cena sucks, right? And then he ends up going, he starts kissing up to the crowd and says that, that is the sound I love. The WWE Universe sound is what I love. Fuck off! And he ends up saying Daniel Bryan is good. Yeah, better than you dumb brain. Yeah, and after that he says that, he just starts sucking up to Daniel Bryan. So obviously, the fans are gonna like that. Because he's sucking up to Daniel Bryan, a fan favourite. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And he ends up saying that he rates Stephanie out of 0 out of 10. Yeah, I rate John Cena minus. The highest number of minus out of a 10. The guy's garbage. So we end up getting a match with Cena versus Kane. Right? And then the referee DQs Kane, of course, like in any other Cena match. They have to protect John Cena. It's like these referees get together, yeah, and they say we gotta protect John Cena at all times. John Cena comes before Triple H, Vince McMahon. It's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We can't get behind John Cena because it's not realistic. He's not relatable. He fucking sucks. So you have Kane beating on John Cena after the match. And of course, Super Cena has to come out and then throws the steps into him. And then walks down victorious. This motherfucker. I fucking hate him. Absolute twat. He's garbage. And the fact WWE keeps him on top all this fucking time. I don't care how badly pushed he is down my fucking throat. I don't fucking like him. It makes me mad. It really does make me mad. I said about Payback and how after that match, I just went to bed. I went straight to bed. I was like, fuck this. Took my battery out of my laptop and went to bed. I shut it down completely straight away. This guy is ridiculously just pushed, and I'm sick and tired of it. Everybody's sick and tired of it. It's the same old shit, right? He comes out. He has to get involved with a main storyline, even if it didn't involve him in the first place. He has to get involved, sucks up to the person who's actually getting the reaction, the good reaction to it, and gives it to himself. Fucking ridiculous. This guy is a politic-playing bitch who needs to fuck off the WWE, because the WWE aren't going to make good, these mainstream names as baby faces, mainstream names in any way, shape or form, heel or face. WWE aren't going to be able to do that. When this motherfucker is in the way, he needs to fuck off, right? And from down this point, the show went downhill, right? Until the last segment. So we come to Lost Match Stories versus McIntyre and Slater. Who cares? I'm not going to talk about that. Sara and Fox beating Nikki, don't care about that. There's no Paige, what the hell, I'm not going to talk about that. Swagger versus Adam Rose. Yeah, fucking ridiculous this was. Yeah, Adam Rose smacking his ass. It's a fucking wrestling ring. I don't want to see a man slapping another man's ass. I don't want to see a man slapping a woman's ass in a wrestling ring. I want to see fucking flaming tables, power bombs onto them, spears, whatever. Superflexes, wrestling maneuvers. I don't want to see a man slapping another man's ass or a woman's ass. I don't want to see any ass slapping. I'm not talking about that anymore. Usos versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. It wasn't a bad match. Rowan actually gets the win here. He's normally the guy who picks up the loss here. He gets the loss. But he actually got the win here and actually pinned one of the Usos. After that, we come to Ziggler versus Del Rio. This is a qualifying match to the Money in the Bank match. Ziggler loses. Why? It's fucking ridiculous. Hopefully Ziggler's in that match. He gets another qualifying match. But, fuck. Who cares about Del Rio? Alberto Del Floppo. We want Ziggler in that match, not fucking this guy. He's boring. After that, we have Goldust and Sin Cara versus Ryback. Sin Cara. Out of all the guys. Again, this is, hyping up the match, hyping up Goldust and Cody Rhodes' storyline involvement with this, they have Sin Cara, he can't get the win with Goldust. Whatever. After that, we have a Russian Federation ceremony. Rusev gets given a star, and then the Russian anthem is played. That's all you need to know, okay? The only thing I enjoyed in this segment was Lana, okay? Alright, she's a really good actor, seriously. She's actually been in, acting roles in movies as well before. She's a really good actor. She's one of the best actors on the actual product. Better than fucking Stephanie McMahon, definitely. But we get to the main talking point of the show, shall we say, and this is what, everyone's going to be talking about, because pretty much if you look at this show, it was, pointless, really. A bit boring. But we come to the last segment. You have Shield coming to the ring, and they cut a promo. And you end up having an Evolution coming down, and Triple H has a sledgehammer. And Rollins goes to the back, gets a chair. Alright, so you have Shield in the ring, and just Triple H and Seth Rollins, Triple H and Randy Orton coming down, Triple H with the sledgehammer. You have Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, they walk to the ring, to the ropes, and Seth Rollins just stays there with the chair. And you end up having Rollins actually hitting Roman Reigns on the back with a chair. And then Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins have a bit of a stare-off, and Dean Ambrose is like, what the fuck, man, what do you do that for? And then Seth Rollins just, back shot, groin, tummy shot, back shot, the usual WWE PG crappy chair shots. But, yeah, it takes down Dean Ambrose and then does the curb stomp on Dean Ambrose on the chair. That was a nice spot. So, yeah, Rollins turns his back on the Shield, and then you have Randy Orton and Triple H coming down, and they just beat up on Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. So Seth Rollins has turned heel, and I understand it's probably going to, I don't know yet, but I'm sure there's talk of Roman Reigns. Why wasn't Roman Reigns the one to turn heel? Why wasn't Dean Ambrose the one to turn heel? I understand why you'd turn them heel, because, you can imagine Dean Ambrose being a heel. Roman Reigns, because he's getting a massive push, but, he's got to be a babyface in my opinion, okay? Because you know what will happen if he's a heel. He'll just be fed to John Cena. He'll probably be fed to John Cena next year, to be honest. But I'm talking about this segment, alright? Fuck John Cena. Alright, Seth Rollins has turned his back, and I quite like that. I think it's a pretty, I think it's a good decision, because it has the unpredictability factor into that as well, because who would have expected it? I thought it would be Dean Ambrose who was the one to turn his back. Remember when they started teasing the Shield breaking up, and it was Seth Rollins, trying to get these guys together, and now Seth Rollins is the one to break up with them and to turn his back. So it's really, I think it has some unpredictability into it. Who was expecting this to happen on this week's edition of Raw? I wasn't, and I'm sure a lot of people wasn't as either. This was a really good segment in my opinion. I think it was the best segment on the damn show. A major swerve in the WWE. I think Seth Rollins is going to be able to learn from this as well. He's going to learn with Randy Orton and Triple H, being alongside with them. And you're also going to have, it's going to be Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns now. It's just going to be them two. And, I want to see more of Roman Reigns. I want to see more of Dean Ambrose. And, it's going to be interesting what they're going to be doing now for Money in the Bank. Battleground, and SummerSlam. I still think we're going to have a SummerSlam match with Triple H versus Roman Reigns. But, again, it's not the same old shit with these guys. And they did something different this week, and I really, really, really did enjoy it. I think it was great. But this show sucked, alright? It did suck. The first segment was alright, the tag match was alright. Kofi Kingston versus Bo Dallas was alright. Usos versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper was okay. And then the Shield, the last segment was really good. So, it wasn't the best show of Raw. And it wasn't a great, it wasn't a great show or good show in any means. But the last segment was really, really good. All right, really good. I think it was excellent. I think it was executed excellently, and but obviously bumps up the rating for me. I think I'm going to go with a 5 out of 10 for this Raw because there was a lot of segments on this show which I really did hate, especially the John Cena stuff. Right, but I think it was a pretty, it was an alright show from the start. The middle part was terrible, and then it started getting good. At the end segment, the last segment was really, really good, like I said. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Share your thoughts on this Raw. Share your thoughts about Seth Rollins turning heel, joining Evolution. None of us expected this. I'm pretty sure of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review, guys. And until next time, see ya.